Minute. I gotta do the mute thing. There. No, I can talk. Very techno savvy, and I know how to do all this stuff without it looking like I don't know what I'm doing. Hello, LS and chippers. Yeah. You have to forgive me. I was getting caught up on what was going on in the world. I was reading the social media posts. Let's see, LS, Chipper, JC Miller, Brian Shue, Carol Washer, Boski. Yep, that's all of y'all. Drink coffee. I took a nap, because y'all wondering. It's like really hot. John Moko, how's it going? Oh, really? John, I didn't know you had content, bro. It's really, after you get to a certain point, it becomes virtually impossible to keep up with what's going on your channel. I've got, well, I don't even want to try to guess how many comments I got out there. How many people are, I don't know that I've ever seen 3,700 people all at the same time. Oh, yeah, wait, that one graduation when Craig graduated high school in Lubbock. I've never seen so many people in one room my whole life. I couldn't stay. I had to leave. Hey, Dior. Who? CM. Hey, CM. Hey, yeah, she was MIA last couple of times, wasn't she? C103. Hey, C103. Chipper. I was reading y'all's conversation, wondering if I could get the address for that one thing he was talking about. I went down to check and see if the dust on the ceiling was going to fall off, and then it was, well, 8 o'clock. So the dust on the ceiling was still there when I opened my eyes again. Anyhow, planted the garden. Well, we didn't plant all of it. We planted a lot of the garden today. We're trying something different. We just went out there and we planted seeds. We're not putting in any. Well, we didn't today. We did this, and then we're going to do some pre-started plants or whatever. But we're going to see what happens if you just plant seeds. Planted radishes and carrots. Never tried to go carrots before. I don't know. Well, I did a long time ago, and they didn't come out so good. So we'll see. No, he didn't stream. Had a busy day, and that's busy day's busy day. Trust me. Like I didn't stream last Friday or go live Saturday night. I don't know. It's just reasons. Oh wait, that's right. I was busy. Well, see, we're actually here right now. It's actually safe if we could get the started plants already, the little seedlings. We could transplant most of them out. We were going to do all that, but we kind of got sidetracked and forgot. So I did finally get my grapes and my blackberries in the ground. I don't like pulling weeds. Oh yeah, just sleep, LS, because we don't want you to be in here and not be friendly. Now, my favorite places to go hang out on live streams and stuff. It's like life keeps getting in the way of my live streams. So, lost my morning news. Have to read the paper myself now.
Fruit trees are covered in blossom.
Yeah, all of them everywhere. I just wish I could talk myself out of buying another tree.
There's a decent sized apple tree for $27.
Really? You're not helping. That's not helping.
Okay.
Running out of dirt to plant trees, huh?
And a plum.
And a plum. Now that's helping. Coco sneak in here.
Yep.
Oh wow. Some of them old books were kind of dark. It's almost like they were designed to mess with grown folks. I think I may actually get, knock on wood, apricots this year. Had some last year, but the birds found them about the same time they turned ripe. Go figure. You spray paint them white, LS, and use them for a golf ball. Thought everybody knew that. Oh, really, JC? How big is your tree? I was doing pretty good on mine, and then, well, we got a goat, and it ate one a little bit. And then I forgot and left the water running on it for like 3 days. When it was kind of small, one of them, and it didn't make it. So I'm down to one apricot tree, and it hasn't made apricots since. That's pretty good. What is it? We put that year 2 or year 1, that little apricot tree out there when we got here.
Mr. Dutchy Dutch.
Hey, Mr. Dutchy Dutch. That tree's 10 years old anyway. So. Ish. Yeah, it's 10 because that's the second. The first ones didn't make it, and we had to wait a year and go get some more. That tree is from a seed from a tree that my children grew up climbing in to get fruit out of. It is a direct descendant of her mother's apricot tree, which was absolutely like the best apricot tree ever. Yes, we can do pecan trees here. Pecan, whatever you call them.
Pecan. Ain't no pecans. Pecan, I'll go dump out the coffee and hand you one.
They're pecan trees, yes. I actually was thinking about buying another one, but
They're $25.
you were just over there, and see, that's because you don't like pecans like I do. What are you doing in here, sister? Welcome aboard, Amy. Oh, wow. Yeah, I do that a lot. It's like my second live stream ever. I don't even know who these people are over here that are talking to me. Yeah, you go up under the apricot tree and it's like a carpet of orange goop. Yeah, mops explode all the crap. So, yeah, who are y'all? Exactly. Oh, is John in Belton?
He said he used to be.
Oh, used to be. I like apricot jelly. It's like my next favorite thing from fresh apricots. And then right after apricot jelly is dried apricots. I give it that dried apricots are an to take a little getting used to because they got such a sharp flavor, but they're good. The goat got in there and got my little pear tree between his horns and barked it all the way to the ground. So it's coming out from the root ball, so I'm gonna go ahead and water it if it'll come back. I want pears here because pears do really good in our part of the world. I don't know why, but the pears will make fruit when nothing else does. They will just dump pears all over the ground. Hey, just Tate. So pears make sense for my part of the world. Pears, pecans, apples do pretty good. Apricots are iffy. It all depends on whether or not they bloom out too early. And see, I've been looking at there's nothing on my news outlets about Nebraska and Iowa. I guess they don't rate. Anybody heard from anybody in the Panhandle of Texas? Everybody still alive up there? Did y'all get any weather at your house, Amy? Everybody else was getting flooded up there. I didn't know if y'all got any right there or not. I don't know. Chipper. Oh, that stands to reason. Something in my pocket. Hold on. Oh. Planted cabbage today too, and green beans and okra. Planted corn, green beans, black-eyed peas, okra, radishes, carrots, tomatoes, and 3 different kinds of squash. That's good, Carol. I hadn't seen anything from Dry Fire Faith. He's right up there in the middle of that. We had that little tornado come through here. We kind of drove through some of the damage today. Wasn't bad, but you know, when it pulls the overhead doors out of the buildings, yeah, it's kind of a tornado. It's weird what tornadoes can do. I've seen tornadoes roll in front of buildings or whatever, and literally take and peel the siding off of the front of the building. Leave the rest of the building completely unscathed, but just like peel the end of the building like a Spam can. Weird. Oh, really?
Rhubarb, okra, and these berries are non-edible. But mix those things together.
What kind of berries aren't edible? Now, 4 o'clock berries aren't edible. Those are like not good for you. Yeah, isn't that weird, Chipper? I mean, it's what they do. It's doesn't make any sense. The weirdest story I ever read was the people were traveling or whatever. They got caught in a RV. RV was shredded. Everybody, the young people that were driving or whatever got beat up a little bit, but they couldn't find their child. They looked and looked and looked and found the child unscathed, sitting in a tree, still in his car seat. About a half a mile or something from where they parked to try to get out of the weather.
No, it took him 3 tries to say that.
Gooseberries. Oh, gooseberries. Huh.
You see, Chip.
I wouldn't eat a dingleberry, that's for sure. Do not let Rob Painless teach you how to track elk or deer. And I'm pretty sure it's not a good idea to get Chipper to do it either. Just saying. Oh man, we got an anti-okra person in here. Well, we'll be on for a little while. We'll see you in a bit. Be careful. got to get all this stuff rounded up. Got church in the morning, so.
Yeah, the Native American that does this little ceremony thing today or yesterday, no, today, said that it was going to be a bad year for crops. So
Yeah, our local medicine man, I got local, said that farming's going to suck this year, so we planted our garden. Because bad year for farming could mean too much rain, rain at the wrong time. See, like up at Rock's part of the world, they need rain right now, and it's missing them. It's getting close. Carol and them got some. But see, they didn't get any substantial rain at all. They haven't for a couple of years. The drought moved north. And now you are talking it's flooding north of the drought line again, which is what it did when it was droughting down here so bad. It was, they'd get hammered north of us, but we wouldn't get any rain at all. So wish I'd have been paying attention to what the weather was like underneath us when we were in the drought. That way maybe I'd know what it was going to do here. Yeah, I've seen a couple of videos that's saying to stock up on food. I know fuel prices took a 20-cent jump overnight, seemed like. Did you see those?
No, it went from $2.19 to $2.59.
Boom. Okay, so it jumped again. First time I noticed it was yesterday. And if they're up to 59, that's crazy. Who is? Love you, Amy. Be careful. Hug the kiddos. Thank you, DORs. Boom and all. There you go. Whoosh. Flash burn. I don't miss the days of my wife being in school, quite honestly. And where are you at again, Mike? I forget. I mean, some of it is it's coming up on summer again. Well, we got 2 months before school's out and people start going on summer vacations and stuff. Yeah, I need to go get some hay. Oh, yeah. I just hope we get the occasional rain this year. I got Sneaky Feet in there putting in cotton next to me again instead of hay. I like it when they put in hay. Still not seeing any sparrows. I've seen over the past few weeks or whatever, I've seen maybe 4 or 5 breeding pair. And that's, I mean, we should have just like massive piles of sparrows. Hey, Daniel Horn. The thing about it is when fuel prices, you got to watch if the price of oil goes up, everybody's like, oh, the fuel prices are jumping. If the fuel prices go up without the cost of a price of oil going up, and it shouldn't be instantaneous, okay? If the oil prices go up today, a couple of weeks down the line, gas prices should go up. That's the way it works. Or it's the way it should work.
But it's spring break too.
Yeah.
One of the reasons it jumped.
The spring break, some of it. But what a lot of people don't realize is your plastic stuff. If oil goes up, plastic goes up and plastic stays high. Plastic is 100% crude oil. It's without oil, you don't have plastic. Hey, True Threes. And people are like, oh, this and that and everything else. I mean, the oil industry does so much more for modern society than people give it credit for. All those vacuum bags we're putting our food in to store, that's crude oil. All those food grade buckets we're putting our food in, that's crude oil. This hat I'm wearing, it's crude oil. Those microfiber Hurley body suits or whatever people are wearing, that's crude oil. Think what else made that crude oil? Your dashboard's made out of crude oil. I mean, yeah, it's in everything. Yeah, but soybean based plastic is very solar degradable. You can't make long-term storage or anything out of it. The stuff that, you know, like you set it out in the sun for a week and then a couple weeks later you go by and it's just, it dissolves to nothing. That's the plant-based plastics. I mean, they're good in that. They do go away, but for long-term storage and stuff like that, you can't use them like for water barriers, vapor barriers and stuff. Can't make tarps out of it. You can't make car parts. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff you can't do with plant-based plastics. Yeah, ethanol fuel's a joke. All it does is push the price of corn up. Ethanol fuel is crap for mileage. Now, there is one kind of alcohol fuel that's way better. You get way better gas mileage with it, but that's not what they're making and putting out. They're putting this really crappy stuff out there. The help me out, Chipper. What's the name of the alcohol race fuel? What is that? That's good stuff. What's the alcohol that for the race fuel, dude? The high end stuff that well, I mean, I wouldn't put race fuel on my chainsaw. No. I could go outside and read one of those gas cans I picked up, 5-gallon cans. It's the race fuel. I forget what it is, but anyway, it's actually the strongest fuel. One of the strongest. It's stronger than gasoline, but they don't make that. I mean, it's made basically the same way you make the ethanol stuff. Hold on. Might be methanol. I don't know. I can go outside and read the can, or I could Google it. Let me just Google it real quick. I have Google open. I spelled that wrong. Let's see if Google can read my language. Methanol, yes. Methanol is commonly used straight. Let's read this here, Ardat Kill. Oh, wow. Technical terms and chemical breakdowns, and this article is entirely too smart for me. It is common to hear about E85, a blend of 85% ethanol. They haven't actually tested alcohol to see what the octane rating is. All I know is methanol is a stronger fuel than ethanol. So, say again? Bob Hensler in here? Hi. And Roberts anymore. Your shirts are being made, supposedly, Robert. Continue. Okay, yeah, okay, smart Alec. If you go with that whole, rotten dinosaurs and trees stuff. Yeah, methanol is better, but they don't use methanol. I don't know why. How are you feeling, Bob? Man, I'm so freaking antsy to get back down there. So if you see a little yellow tent strung up somewhere, that's not me. Don't shoot. You sing. I mean, I got stuff I have to do here, so I can't really just do that, but I wish I could. Well, yeah, but if you're going to mix something with gasoline, it's still, Jim, by the time you take and make fuel out of the corn, it's just silly. I mean, it burns cleaner. Okay, whatever. So does methane. But there's a reason we don't use methane as a fuel for vehicles because, well, it sucks. Um, you can run a car successfully on natural gas, but it takes a lot more natural gas to run the car than it does propane or gasoline. So, hey, hey, hey. So that's what a lot of people don't get. All natural gas is methane that's trapped in the ground. It's methane, methane. Cow farts and natural gas. The stuff that comes in your house is the same gas. Hey, why are you trying to run me off?
Did you notice that more?
Oh, the super thing? No, I did not. Well, thank you, Robert. And Cindy Moore, LLC.
Strawberries, blueberries, and persimmons are all running now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be too early for the persimmons. Persimmons. I take a slingshot. I'm gonna try to use some of those Buckeyes to smack something with. I don't know. Been looking at that fishing spear thing or whatever you were talking about. Been looking at it some. When you can't afford cornflakes, Mark, because of the price of corn has been artificially inflated by the fuel market, it's a bad idea. Especially when you consider that corn is one of the primary livestock feeds. It's how you put mass on your animals. It's where the animal gets the sugars for the fats and the proteins for the meat and stuff. If you're putting that in your fuel tank and not in your livestock because you can't afford to put it in your livestock, the next thing you know, instead of having a $6 or $8 a pound T-bone, you're looking at a $15 a pound T-bone. And next thing everybody's eating that pink gooey stuff from McDonald's or wherever it is, Walmart, that pink meat substitute, whatever they were talking about. Supposed to plant it, let it go 2 years. So to keep from killing your root ball back, you should give it, let it grow 2 years. Just let it grow, and then harvest it the next one. What?
Chipper.
600. I'm guessing Chipper does not like asparagus. Yeah, but you gotta, and that gummit Dior's, you don't have to do that every time you comment. Boom, bam, slam.
I don't like the after smell. You're supposed to be sniffing your farts anyway.
I don't know why I allow myself to try and read that chat. Will you give me some coffee while you're up?
Yes.
Anyway.
You tell your friend to quit sniffing farts. You want to
Who's sniffing farts? Oh, Chipper. But I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Anyway. Alcohol fuel works if you don't have any other fuel, but you got to distill it a lot to get it to where you can run it in your car. I personally would rather have a diesel and run biodiesel. Be set up to run biodiesel. I mean, right time of the year, you can get half a tank of diesel from 3 or 4 pigs. Those pigs everybody's shooting and leaving laying or whatever. You know, just chop them up and render them down. And you got biodiesel. I made some cornbread out of some of that GMO deer corn the other day. It didn't kill me. I don't know. I don't like them going in and removing and gene splicing and stuff, but I really don't. I think that's stupid. They are messing around with that, but most of your hybrids and stuff like that, your seeds, they didn't actually go in and do gene splicing. It was selective breeding. It was, it was done with husbandry or whatever. A lot of the stuff out there that people label GMO aren't actually GMO.
Well, before I starve to death, I'll eat GMO.
Oh, yeah. If I got no cornbread or GMO cornbread, give me the GMO cornbread. I'm not going to starve to death tomorrow because I'm worried about cancer when I'm 80. Just not happening. Good night, CM. Hope life treats you well, girl.
G-Force.
Okay, Dior. I had to send you a link. Get in here with me. You can't do that no more. Ah. Chipper, all I do when I do the ghee or whatever, dude, I just do it and I put it on the counter, put a lid on. I don't, not really any canning up into it. Your broom's gonna need reloaded. Yeah, mine too. Yeah, you gotta send me an email or something, dude. I looked for your email from you or whatever the other day when I was gonna go live Friday. Yeah, what Bob said, because I've looked, there's speculation and granted, I mean, they produce more corn. Each kernel has less food value, but the increased production of kernels per plant balances out to more food per harvest, more food per plant. So, we're either trying to solve world hunger or not. See, I need to research this canyon butter thing. That flipping weed that put my tongue numb, Bob, it's actually of the two possibilities out there to eat the wrong thing as far as the wild onion looking stuff goes. It's the least of my worries. It's the one that tastes like grass is the one I got to worry about. But I am now fully versed after hours of study and stuff. It's real simple rules. So I got this. I hope. Because I don't want to die.
I give it a thumbs down.
Already got a thumbs down? Man. I love it when that happens.
Just eat the good ones. Pro tip.
There you go. Pro tip. Just eat the good ones. Don't eat the bad ones. Just use American butter. Yeah. If it wasn't the wrongest thought I've had in a long time, I would just take that goat of yours down there and drop it off on the left, and then they could deal with him. The goat has progressed from just chasing you around and playing pushy games and stuff. Now he bites you on the butt too. So may have a barbecue really soon. We had a little bit of Irish butter when we were down in South Texas. Yeah, you gotta hate it when your whole field turns into a field of watermelons. Yeah, I've known a few potheads too. Trust me, it's not good for you. Hey, Just Dade, welcome back. Survival matters. Survival lives matter. Been started. They got Doomsday Preppers on the Netflix, guys. Some of those people, where'd they come up with these people at, man? They've got to portray them badly. I mean, they got to be trying to make them look bad. There's no way there's like that many people that dumb. And I know one thing I noticed, even the guys that got it going on, doesn't matter how good these people do, they're never going to give them any credit for what they do. Or enough credit. So, yeah. You cannot trust mainstream media, whatever, to portray the truth about what we do.
I think that's about right, Mike.
That's messed up, yeah. One of those tomatoes we were eating out of that just grow up in the yard that one year, those are good tomatoes. We don't know where they came from, but they were delicious. I'll give you that. I believe that there is the potential for a very good potential that there's some kind of depopulation program in the works. If I was running things, I would have already pulled the trigger on it. There's too many people, but that's just if I was running things. That's why then nobody will let me run things because I'm not a nice guy. But and we do getting back to the old ways. That's if I was going to do it, the first thing I would do is cause everybody to forget how to feed themselves. If they can't feed themselves, they become dependent on you. So.
Golden Atkins.
Say again?
Golden Atkins.
Oh, hey, Golden.
And Bob says too many people.
Yeah, there's too many people. I mean, there is. There's some areas that need to be like the population needs to be reduced. I could point to them. They're all blue on one of the electoral maps. All the red places look pretty good to me. But then again, I'm pretty hardcore. Everybody deserves to live their life and have a successful and happy future and blah, 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 and everything. But there's also this thing called sustainability. If you graze 100 cows on 100 acres, the cows all die. It's that simple. Bash Matrix, I threw these. I'm actually trying to quit. FYI. I threw 2 marriages and about 15 years of my life away on marijuana. So, what else you want to know? Yeah, and what else what are you going to know about it? When I was on it, I couldn't hold a job. Having an opinion different than someone else isn't hypocritical. It's being a person. I'm just gonna let you two duke it out, little sister. Monsanto was purchased by Bayer. Let's keep, does Bayer make food or aspirin? Or both? No. But I can't keep track of who owns what oil field anymore. We keep thinking this one company owns this big oil and gas patch over here, but come to find out they don't own squat. They just like manage it now or something. You can't keep up with who owns what. There's a lot of people out there that profess to know a lot of stuff that really don't. They got a pretty heavy suspicion and maybe some pretty good indicators, but they don't know anything. I try not to talk about stuff that I haven't lived through. It's just safer that way. For me, anyway. That way I don't have to guess. There are too many people in certain places. And the thing is, some of the countries that have way, way too many people for their resources, they're rectifying their problem by running their people over here. As overcrowded as the United States is, we're still massively underpopulated in comparison to the rest of the world. So, yeah. Now, we could go off on all the immigration and this, that, and everything else. I wish I had a way to play it on here. The video that a friend of mine sent me the other day. Ooh, the wrench came down. Somebody got into one of the American Muslim Coalition for Change. Got into one of their little closed door groups or whatever and was able to record the lady's speech, the activist speech. And she come right out and stated that it is their plan and they have to work together in this to make America Muslim, to push out every other religion and every other way of thinking that was not Islam. That is the Islam. You cannot be Muslim and be tolerant of other religions. It is forbidden in Islam to be tolerant of other religions. I don't know why people can't get that through their head. There's a lot of Muslims out there that are good people. There's a lot of Christians out there that are good people. There's a lot of Christians out there that are total jerks. A lot of Muslims out there that are total jerks. Your faith doesn't have anything to do with the kind of person you are, really. But when you're a bad person and your faith allows you, makes it legal, spiritually legal, actually commanded to dislike somebody, it makes your life better. So, yeah. Man, it's trolls like throwing the word hypocrite around. You know, I don't let it bother me anymore. I use hypocrite on myself a lot. Only I use it in context on stuff that actually applies. Hey, Terry. Yeah, we got a friend dying of Agent Orange right now.
Well, and Amy's that was in here earlier, her dad died of it.
Yeah, and Amy's dad died of it. No, I'm saying, Chipper, that's all I'm saying. I'm saying that if you decide to become a spiritually enlightened individual and you want to hate people and want to be supported by your religion in hating people for no real good reason, then Islam is the religion for you. Be aware, though, that all those other people who have chosen your religion will be duty bound to kill you if you decide to change your mind. Okay? I'm just saying. I mean, it's all in. It's all in religion. You know, there's no revolving door. So, chat's rolling real hard for me. I need new glasses if y'all are wondering. It's really hard for me to follow the chat. Bash, you weren't for speaking, about cannabis, but we do not bash each other in the chat. We do not call each other names. We do not attack each other's character in our chat. Do you understand? If you want to be rude or attack somebody's character, there are a million places you can go. This isn't one of them. We're actually pretty open-minded in here. Yeah, we're not going to carry on a conversation with you and argue about it. You can go along with the conversation. You can chat, whatever you want to do. But that's it. You're not the center of this chat. Okay? I'm going to go get a cup of coffee and let you roll that around in your head. I actually try not to talk about politics and stuff in here because, well, this ain't a political channel. I'm not a political activist. So there you go. Yeah. Good one, Bob. You could send him some of that one broadleaf onion thing down there. You smoke some of it. What are you doing, Rob? Y'all packed up yet? Oh, now just because people aren't paying attention to red lights and speed limit signs and lanes of traffic, Mark, you can't go blaming, a mind altering drug on that. That's just hateful and narrow minded. And statistics lie. They always lie. Statistics never tell the truth. Even though it's a mathematical science, and mathematics have proven just about everything they've been applied to, or disproven some things in some cases. It doesn't mean that just because mathematical sciences can be applied to something to prove that it is harmful or detrimental to society does not make it so.
I don't know that. Not packed yet.
Oh, I am. Unpack. Oh, that's fun. Nah, it's okay. Traffic's traffic, you know. They don't bother me at all. And that was my fault anyway. I told him he wasn't the center of attention, so that was into that.
Yeah, as soon as he can come back after I banned him, so.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be rude to that.
I guess, science does play a part sometimes, but we shouldn't rely on it too wholeheartedly, okay? You know, I suck at math, but that don't mean I don't trust it. Well, back up and read the thing I told you on.
You're ridiculous. Sit down.
Anyway, Bob, you know what an ASI is? ASI, Aussie, maybe that's how you pronounce it. The Cherokee House. What? My girlfriend's in here now. I gotta behave. She'll calm me down. Were your friends out there taunting you? Huh? Were your friends taunting you? Huh? Why are you getting so fat? I'm gonna have to go next door and talk to the neighbor and tell her to quit feeding you. You're eating twice or 4 times a day is a little bit rough on your girlish figure. Lay down. You're not going back outside. No, ma'am. Sadie. Good girl. Hey, Killdeer. Anyway. It's a dadgummit. Daub and Wattle and Daub house. It's a above ground structure that uses poles, lashing, and mud. If you want to research it, that's what we're doing. It's capital ASI, Cherokee House. Let me see. I can pull up a picture of it.
Almost in above ground Cuba.
Yes. Less digging. Let me find out. I've had a really good picture that I can find it again. People have started making them again as permanent structures that they're living in. They're putting freaking electricity in them.
Yours.
Do you do it again?
Yeah.
I can't see the thing. Stop doing that. And of course, when I want to show you all the one I was looking at, I can't find it. Okay, here's a. No, that's the other one. I hate it when Google never shows me the same thing twice. They're so annoying. I'll refresh it. See if it brings more pictures. Well, no, but anyway. Well, here's see if this is a decent. No, that's gonna be a little bit. Eh?
Yurt.
It's not a yurt.
No.
I just go up here to this crappy one that's all run down and about to fall in. This is a summer one. Where are y'all at? I can't find y'all. Y'all got lost at screen sharing. Application window. All right. Y'all see that? That's like a little mud hut thingy. But the
Still naming it Wes's Dirt Yurt.
dirt yurt. Yeah, that works, I guess. And see, there's they put a lot into these things. This is an Aussie. It's a Wattle and Daub, also known as an ASI. It's a Cherokee house. This is a large structure. This one's a modernized one. It's it's more square. They, as a general rule, kept them oval. The fort was not a deal. One of the most common houses that people believe is attributed to Native Americans because there were so many of them on the plains when they were come through. Were not. They were actually from the Slavic part of Europe, which they were wattle and daub houses.
Check out this ASI.
Now this is that this is the one where you build it and then you daub it or whatever, and then you come in and you dig out the inside of the building and you make this deeper. This around here, this all becomes a bench. But anyway, come here. Anyway, there you go. There, y'all are all involved in the discussion about the San Antonio thing. Y'all feel better now? Do y'all feel more included? Unless like you were put on the sidelines, sir.
Boski's out.
All right, Boski.
And then Rob said, looks like a giant clay oven, Wes. More planning on the lawn port? Is that why you want me to go?
You're reading too much into this, Rob. I need somebody to eat the carp. Thank you, Dior's.
He did bring a double hammock. I thought it was obvious he was looking for a kettlebell.
I brought a double hammock because that's what they give me. No, ma'am, I'm not going to let you go outside and bark at the coyotes. You can run out there and kill them, but you're going to sit out there and bark at them. It's annoying.
Mark face, that wouldn't work either. Fill up the-
That's the beauty of it. That's why I locate. It's location, location, location. And actually, the design between it and a clay oven are really similar, honestly. Go lay down. Makes a difference. Nope, not petting you. I don't even like dogs. I do not even like dogs. Nope, I don't like dogs. I haven't liked dogs in 4 years. I really don't. Okay, whatever. Not. She likes to sing to him. She's getting fat because the lady that works across the road loves her to pieces, and I think she brings her a burrito every day. So she gets breakfast twice, and then I think she gets a plate of cat food in the evening, which isn't actually for her. Yeah, my dog's life sucks. But yeah, anyway, told you about the garden ish stuff. Talked about the trees. I'll try to see if I can blast out, do some water, and get. I found a few small sugar hackberries. And I'll see if I can get them out with enough root to, because they haven't blown budded out yet, so they might transplant. I'll see if I can get them up. Okay, yeah, if there's sharks swimming up and eating the fish off the line, I don't know about all that wading out to no island business. Can we take kayaks? Ooh, should like keep my mouth shut. Ooh, smoking, quit doing all that lurking business, Mister. You gotta quit. You out lurk Chipper this time. Did you go over to? Have you got to see the video I put on Patreon yet, Swallow? Have you? Have you? Have you? Oh, did you? Yeah, Smolo's taking the lurking, Rob. He's like, he's becoming a ninja at it. But anyway, those gators you sent me, those are going to be one of my favorite parts of my kit. Once I finally figured out how you're supposed to wear them, you don't notice they're there, and you literally quite literally walk through everything, and it doesn't affect you at all. So. That's what I told him, Shauna. I knew y'all would be cool. I wanted to steal his youngest daughter. She's a blast. She's like my favorite. I like all of his girls or whatever, but Cornelius. I don't know why he named his kid Cornelius, but Cornelius is the coolest one. You got to watch the middle one. I almost said her name. She's scary, smart, and she's quiet. She's a quiet person. Quiet people are scary. I don't think she's dangerous, but she could be. So. That would be actually super cool. That the downside to that is, I mean, you and Mrs. S will get along too good, and I would be scared. No, and no, yeah. Another gator story. After we get down there and we're sitting, hiking around, doing this, that, and everything else, and they say, "Oh yeah, if you're in the river and there's like a smooth spot on the bank and stuff, don't play there because we got gators." Nobody said there was gators in the river last time. I was all over that thing. I didn't know there was gators in there. I mean, I guess I would have been scared, to be honest, but it's something you need to be aware of.
Donna said these girls were pretty. They got their looks from their dad or not. Chipper.
Chip, that's funny. Anyway, what else we need to talk about? And Smolo's got gators too. Um, what, Sadie? I still can't let you out. Yeah, I know how that feeling. My dog's acting like she's got to go outside, and I know she doesn't really. She's got this. We made a pile of dirt that's conveniently 20 yards from a shade tree, so you can shoot your pistol in the shade. I know that's pretty lame, but anyway, she sits on top of this thing and listens. If she hears a coyote anywhere for 20 miles, she barks at it. It's annoying. Now, Bob, on that marsh, how bad are the bugs coming off of it? That's the only thing that I was wondering about, is how bad the skaters is going to get. I don't know why I didn't see it as clearly as I did when I was down there hiking, but over there by where the sandstone oven is, there's a grove on the creek. I like that one place though. I mean, I think probably the best place for it. All right. This is directly to you, Bash. You're done. Don't ever come to my channel again. Don't comment. Don't do anything. Fuck you.
I didn't say that.
Anyway, I'm done with it.
Gnats keep showing up around nightfall. I think there are minnows eating mosquito larvae in the park. Take a generator to plug a bug zapper into.
No, we cannot. Yeah, and that's the deal. We're just gonna have to go with one. That's gonna be some of the discussions. I mean, you can beat yourself to death on the perfect location. There's no such thing as a perfect location. There's no such thing as the perfect prepping plan. There's no such thing as the perfect bug out location. There's no such thing as perfect. It's already taken. You can't double perfect everything. Yeah, I got nailed by, I got skeeter, one on the ear, one on the neck, and a couple on the arms. Best wearable tick control. Starched burlap. If you wear starched burlap undergarments, ticks can't get to you. Unless you should try that. I promise I'm not making that up. It's a true story. You can research it. Yeah, the more garlic you eat, garlic and onions and stuff like that, the less attractive you smell to animals. So, yeah.
Mom used to always eat fresh garden straight out of the yard, and mosquitoes would never bite
Never
her.
eat her. I mean,
Never.
And I just thought they were afraid of getting their head pulled off. Deep, or believe it or not, the Skin So Soft works. Okay, Skin So Soft works. It's not the fix all or whatever, but now here's the caution: the Skin So Soft oil, the smell, bees might find you to smell relatively floral. And bees have this thing about things that smell floral. So while it may prevent the mosquitoes and the biting flies and the ticks and the fleas and the chiggers, not completely, but hinder their progress, it is not going to discourage your standard American honeybee. Okay? And do not gripe about honeybees and stuff swarming around your head if you're using Spring Fresh scented shampoo or Tropical Paradise or whatever scented shampoo you're putting in your hair. The bees going to come to the flower smell.
I'll check out the population in a few days. So this I can-
Yeah, you got to make friends with the Mormons, though. Don't just think you're going to move in and everything's going to be hunky dory and they're going to share their beans and bullets with you. Yeah, hackberry smoke. The one thing that I caution people, okay, that's another thing, like wasp and bees, this, and some flies and stuff. Some of the fruit trees, especially pear trees have a floral smelling smoke. I mean, when you burn pear trees, it smells like flowers. I mean, you can smell smoke too, but in that smoke is flowers. That's why in the day when there were such thing as kings and royalty, in the main fireplaces, they would burn pear wood because it put off a floral scent and it made their homes smell better. Your average peasant couldn't afford to burn pear wood because it was, while the BTUs might not have been that great. I mean, you put 4 logs in there and then you throw 1 log of the pear on top and you still get the 4. I do it here whenever I trim pear trees. I keep the wood and I keep it separate, and I'll put a stick of pear wood in on the coals every so often just for the floral smell. It's amazing. It really does smell delicious. Hey, up here. Here, that is happy. Thank you, Sadie. You're driving me nuts. Yeah, I cleaned the other chair out. But yeah, I'm gonna grab some of these hackberry kernels too. Stick them in the dirt. So yeah, Mennonites ain't passing this either. On a hat. Yes, he's actually Sudoku is actually working on shirts and everything right now. Designs. But I can't compete with the entire school district as far as the importance of my little bitty t-shirt order. So there you go. Yeah. They and I'd really like to see those shirts go all over the place. I'm going to change the D from dead to dissenting after his little video about dissenting. And I think David E David, are you the one that wrote that letter or had something to do with that letter on Revolt of Man? The video he did about that? Was that you? Was it you? I like dissenting for the D. Dissenting just means you choose to disagree with what somebody else is doing. You know, if they're not doing what you want done, or if they're not behaving the way they told you they would do, or whatever, then you can dissent. You don't necessarily. I mean, the first step of revolting is to be dissenting. What I mean? Yeah, I was looking at the mosquito net. Come on.
Killdeer's out.
Good night, Killdeer. Have a blessed night, or life, actually. Was it Jimmy D? Anyway, yeah, that's right. The dissenting Rainbow Unicorn Militia. Still, I mean, melting snowflakes to water the grass of freedom. I like that. And you got to be careful which around here, the Mennonites are not that laid back, dude. The ladies are. The guys are not.
That's because they're Texans before they're Mennonites.
Yeah, but they're in what LS said maybe, but the Mennonites that I know aren't the strictest of adherers to their doctrine. So that may be some of it. I know Mennonites are pacifists, supposed to be, but the Amish not so much. I am a follower of Christ, or a follower of Yah through Christ, aka a Christian. But that does not mean that I'm a pacifist, because the Bible does not dictate that I'm a pacifist. It dictates that I tolerate the behavior of my brother and my sister, who are also the adopted children of Christ. And it says I'm supposed to pray for my enemy and wish good things on him and stuff like that. We're not allowed to hate our enemy. It doesn't say we're not allowed to defend ourselves from our enemy. There's a difference. I don't hate a chicken when I get it ready for the stew pot to keep from getting my eyes picked out. So, it was a good plan. Yes, but that's actually, it's a true statement. So, on the same thing, I don't want to get in a doctrinal debate about religion either. Not right now, because it's going to roll back around on my license up there and why I don't have it on the wall anymore. Nah. Unless, yeah, LS, men and women aren't the same unless you're in San Francisco or Houston or something like that, and then you can't tell the difference. So I don't know. The Mennonites from Mexico are like completely different than the ones up here. And the Canadian Mennonites are different than the ones here. It's everything becomes regional. Y'all don't hear her talk enough to realize it, but my wife has a very distinctive accent. I can tell you what town she is from because of the way she talks. Oh. It's everything becomes regional. It's not that people didn't like each other. It's not, I mean, there were different forms of the Cherokee language. There was different form. I mean, they could speak to each other. Tribes could speak to each other, but each one had a little bit different words. You've got Spanish. You've got the Spanish spoken in Mexico. Then you've got Tex-Mex, and then you've got South America, the Spanish spoken in South America. They're not the same language. You've got the English spoken in Great Britain. You've got the English sorta spoken in New York, and Boston is nothing like what's spoken in Minnesota, Or, I mean, see what I'm talking about? Everything becomes regional, even religions. Okay, it's just the way it works. For the most part, there's actually a couple different forms of sign language. The one is the easiest and most generalized, and it takes over.
Details in here.
Hey, DD, how come been in here anyway? 2 hours yet?
500.
I show 144 minutes. Or an hour and 44 minutes. Okay, yeah, you're right, 100 minutes, whatever.
Yeah. John that I work with, he talks like he's from Georgia or something.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And then you've got the people from north of Dallas and Fort Worth do not sound anything like people from south of Dallas. Around the, from Austin to within 50, 60 miles of Dallas, Fort Worth. Those people don't sound nothing like the people that are from north of Dallas. I mean, that's one side of town to another side of town. Barely tell people raised in Dallas, Fort Worth, or even from Texas the way they talk. Some of the suburbs and stuff, they're still pretty Texan-ish. That's why I'm not a big fan of the Texas country, because it's not really Texas-based music. It's a lot of the values and stuff in that music isn't Texan. It's the result of the 70s and 80s, we had a large influx of people from other countries like California and Pennsylvania and New York and stuff. We had a lot of invaders come into our country. And it just happens. Some of them assimilated, some of them did not.
What the dealer said, my accent is a mix since I'm not from any particular place.
You want those traveling kiddos?
Well, and he wasn't originally from the United States.
He's a foreigner. Oh. Yeah, and see, I got my accent's really a little strange. It's not. I can bury it for the most part if I want to. To a degree, yes, I know I always sound like a hillbilly. Don't just keep your amen in over there quiet. But I was raised in rural West Texas by a woman from Alabama, from the Alabama-Georgia line, who had friends who were the widows of people from the Alabama, Georgia area that moved over here when the economy cratered over there. Their husbands died and left them stuck out here. So, I grew up around women talking Southern and cooking other than Texas groceries. So, yeah. There you go. Later, Aaron. Have a good night. Do my best to stay alive and not die. You do the same. Yeah, I still don't buy that Amish mafia crap. They are running drugs and guns, though, then they are going to have a problem. Can't stand a drug dealer. I got reasons.
I think most churches nowadays have specific people that are told you're wearing your gun to church.
Yeah.
Even here, they have people named that they're going to be armed. That's sad.
It's messed up. But it ain't going to be, it would be a really bad idea to try to shoot up a church in this part of the world. It's the end. You're not going to get a chance to reload.
Whereas I guess you could say I have a which can
times have a semi-southern twang to it. I lived in Colorado going on 11 years, Nebraska for 7, Missouri for Connecticut.
Connecticut. It's just a cool sounding state. I want to go to Connecticut. I want to go to Connecticut and play with Legos. I know that's weird, but it's a thing I want to do. I want to move somewhere where it's constitutional carry. I hate the idea of having to have a piece of paper so I can do my constitutional right. Ugh. Yeah, you went live last Saturday or whatever, and I found a place where I had some signal, and I was like, right as I got into the room, you like called it. All right, well, 6 people, 6 lives. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, and I'm like typing, don't get off. You didn't want to talk to me. It hurt my feelings and stuff. Not really. I'll just mess with you. It's sad that we got to be armed anywhere. I think if it was legal to be armed everywhere, like it should be, then we wouldn't need to be armed anywhere because, well, nobody wants to get shot. But there's some people out there that shouldn't carry a gun all the time. They're a little high strong. Just saying. But, you know, that falls into them being responsible. And, yeah, you weed those people out. I mean, by natural selection, those people will get weeded out.
Unless you're going to Connecticut to play with Legos, I wouldn't recommend it. The liberal bastion.
Yeah, it figures. That's why I don't go to Dallas Fort Worth unless I have to. Blue is good. Don't like Houston. It's blue. Pierre doesn't have to go heal. She has a hairband. She'll put your eye out with it. Give her any grief, she'll be like, put your eye out and have her hair fixed. Like that. You don't even know what happened. She's so fast.
Tennessee is more north than we are.
Yeah, Tennessee is further north than that. I believe anybody north of the Cap up there is a Yankee myself. Rob. Might as well be living in Denver. Oh, 6 seconds. See, I told y'all she's fast. See it. Night, D-Day. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. I got a massive coffee headache going on now. I will, if I can't do the live stream Tuesday, I will do a pre-recorded deal and premiere it. Okay. I should be able to do this Tuesday, but my intent is on for, what would it be, the 9th or 10th, whenever I'm going to be gone. I am going to do a pre-recorded study, and I'll have it premiere on that night, so y'all can still get together and chat and stuff. I won't be able to do the questions and answers and stuff like that, but y'all can still, there'll still be a Bible study on that Tuesday. Can't do anything about Friday or Saturday live stream. So that's I'll have to ask y'all to bear with me in my absence and look forward to quality YouTube content.
Can't get off yet.
Why can't I get off, LS? Don't start asking me really crazy, silly questions.
What time choose to do it at 7:30?
Yeah, like 7:30. Okay, we might do that. I forgot about that. I got that. There's that little hot spot.
Yes, Steelers.
What did they say? The broadcast. I try to get on at 7. I usually don't make it. That's I tell everybody 7-ish, somewhere between 7 and 7:30, 5, 8, 7:38, because I got on at 7:38 one time. I do my level best, but it's a work day, and it all depends on when I can get leveled out and get things going my way. Assuming that, thank you very much. Yes. Hey, Bob, not that I plan on putting anything on Rob Samick or anything, because that would not be funny. But is there any wild catnip around there that you could point out to me? Just saying, I got an idea from a friend for something I wanted to try. Yeah, LS, you could go live. Oh, I forgot about that. If nobody else goes live, then you can go live. And then you're like filling everybody's little void of live streamness.
But LS, if she knows you're going live, she'll be right there in the middle of it. Don't even try it.
Yeah. Oh, that was Daniel this time. Yeah, it's Daniel's fault. So whatever. Don't freak out, Rob, if you wake up and there's a little necklace made out of a little stuffed cat toy hanging around your neck, man. I'm not trying anything funny. If I follow you around with a camera all day, then start sweating, okay? I'm just saying. Not that I would ever do that, okay? I promise. I would never replace the seasoning in your food with catnip so that you would sweat catnip. Whatever. Every bobcat and stray cat and cougar in the country come set. You wake up in the morning, they're just like circled around you.
Out west, maybe I won't let him go.
No, it was just a joke. I have no intention of using catnip on your husband. It's to draw the cats away from camp. Yep. I'm going to put it on the very, very, very far side of the river down by where nobody's going to be. That's what I was thinking I was going to do. Yep. Oh, yay, we're going to go wading out there. I would appreciate that. That's weird. So, anyway, yeah. If it looks like an onion, tastes like grass, do not eat it. So
How you gonna know if it tastes like grass unless you taste it?
spit it out. If you take a bite of the onion and it tastes like grass, you spit it out. And then wash your mouth out and then like lick dirt or something. I don't know. And then tell me exactly what to do. I think it's smell. I think it was smell. Whatever. I don't know. If we make it home, y'all will be the first to know. So there you go. It's perfectly safe. Happy Hair. It is 100% safe. There's no need to worry about your husband. He'll be in good hands. I ain't shot him or nothing yet. So. I promise I'll be careful with your husband. So. I am getting off here. You tricked me into another 5 minutes, didn't you, LS? So, anyway, love you people. I really do. I appreciate y'all spending your Saturday night with me. Dior's, thank you for the bankroll. And Robert and Cindy Moore, thank you. And anybody else that I missed, everybody, I appreciate y'all being here. I want y'all to have a blessed life. I want y'all to stay alive. I don't want you to die. Okay? God bless. And good night.